bus and kept up from the street for sterilized lobotomized left in a carini. Cause the things you say and do tell me your brain cells off a few, and that is why I hate you.
What's up, everybody? I was trying to do something different.
Let's get right into the
why I
news.
hate you.
Hi,
I was
guys.
trying to do something different. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. 4 straight consecutive weeks we have recorded episodes, even though today we had some roadblocks. We're still here doing it.
Roblox.
Ha ha ha, pun. Ha ha. Fucking Roblox.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have anything you're gonna do in your intro, because I completely forget, because I'm gonna start complaining in a second.
I had topics to discuss today, but you go. Go. Let's start complaining.
The first roadblock.
Let's just fucking do it. You know?
The roadblock today was so my daughter started a school program where we have to get up at like 5 in the morning. No, I have to get up at 5:50 to prepare everything. I could get things done before, but I know that but I'm the one that puts the kids to sleep. By the time they're in bed, I'm tired.
Wait, the program starts earlier than usual?
No, the program is an hour away.
Oh, right. So you did mention that.
So, I have to get up, do everything I have to do, because I know I'll have to go to the bathroom as soon as she has to go out to the bus. So I have to make sure I do everything I need to do, make sure lunch is right.
Hold on. What do you mean? What do you mean? You know you're gonna have to go to the bathroom?
Like my stomach is gonna tell me, "Oh, now is the time we need to go."
Oh, are you on? Are your bowels on like a very nice specific schedule?
It's on inconvenience time.
Yeah, of course it couldn't be like when you first get up. It's like, nah, I'm gonna wait for the bus to get here.
And if I do it
while you're standing in the middle of the street, you gotta be squeezing them cheeks.
Like as soon as I get up, and even if I do go, I guess my internals decide to hold on to a good amount until it's inconvenient for me.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've talked about this before with my bowels, and like even when I have to vomit, it's like as soon as I get near a toilet, my body's like, "This is where you throw up. It's time to go." All right. Yep. Anyway, good.
So, I get her up. She's tired enough to not really want to be compliant, but she did get out of bed, got dressed.
What time is this?
This is now 6:30.
Yeah, I don't know if my kids would be. Well, my son's always up that early, but
you know what? She's being a trooper about it. We go outside. It's okay. I think it was like 10 degrees outside. It was freezing. We were cold
this morning,
and I don't remember. I just know that my hands inside my pockets turned into ice cubes.
It was definitely cold this morning. A couple hours later, so I can't imagine how cold it was then.
She was huddled into me, and we're out there before the bus is supposed to arrive, and we're waiting, and we're just watching the sunrise, and waiting. And I'm like, oh my God, did they come early and then leave? No, they couldn't have done that, because I spoke to them. They said if they come here early, since it's an hour away, they'll park. They'll wait, since she's the first person to pick up. She's the first kid to be picked up. And he says, as long as you're here on time, you'll be good. Because my wife told me, we need to be there 9 minutes before. I'm like, that's insane for getting up that early with no kind of sun.
Yeah, 9 minutes before is a lot.
And I doubt the bus company is going to really want to bring somebody an hour away.
Yeah.
And then not pick up the specific person they're supposed to pick up.
No, that seems like a complete waste of resources.
Because they're early.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be way more efficient to just wait a couple minutes.
Exactly. It just makes more sense. So, but I spoke to the bus driver to clarify that. But my paranoid ass now is thinking I messed up somehow, that I misunderstood something, that, of course I'm being proven wrong.
My brain would go there too, absolutely.
And I'm freaking out. And half of me is like waiting longer just because I don't want to hear the I told you so. But another half of me is just like, this is ridiculous. And then I look at my daughter and she's like in my chest shivering. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. We come back and I was like, I'm just going to drive you. So I'm trying to call the school. Nobody's answering. I'm trying to find the transportation's name. We just started the program, so we don't, and they never gave us paperwork that told us what the information was.
Not overly familiar yet.
Yeah, so I finally bit the bullet. I woke my wife up. She's making calls. Apparently, she had the number to transportation, and they call the bus called, and she called the bus company, and they go, "Oh, they don't have school today." And then my daughter looks at me, and she goes, "That's right. I don't have. My bus driver said I might not have school today." I'm like, that would be nice if they told me when I was talking to them.
Yeah,
Or if anybody, the teacher
anybody
has
told
my
you.
email.
A note home, an email, a text, a call,
Nothing in
robocall.
my book bag. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because winter recess is a thing now, wherever that came from.
Yeah, I was last night. I took my daughter to dance, and I was talking to one of the other parents there, and I was talking about that. I was like, "Where did that come from?" I was like, "I remember we had December, we had the holiday week off, and then we'd get like Easter week off.
Yeah,
That was
just like
it."
I was not prepared for Winter Break 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like, I just wasn't here for that.
Why is there another one? Like, okay,
And I'm just like, okay, so thanks to you people, I'm going to have my kids for 9 days straight. Granted, I know I fed these gremlins. They're my responsibility now.
well,
But
yeah, but
the point is, why? Even if a single snowflake falls out of the sky, you're closing school. So how do you have all these days free
I don't
to
know.
do this?
And it's funny too. My wife, who is a teacher, doesn't have off next week. They don't have
Really?
a recess. No,
What is she doing? Going into meetings all day?
I
Teaching
think
air?
they just have school. I think the kids have school.
Oh, her school, the school she's.
Yeah, the district is just open. There's no winter
Well,
recess there.
I have a family member in Newburgh, and I asked her, "Have you ever heard of winter recess?"
Yeah,
And she goes, "No, but my kids are off next week for it." And like, that's a whole town away.
yeah.
So I don't know what schools, just like, if it's like an eeny meeny miny mo thing. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't know how they decide. I should ask my wife about that. Like, why
But
one school district does and one doesn't? And like, it seems like a lot of them do. So why doesn't she get it? It's like, I'd be mad.
but then the funny thing that comes up is that I come home, my daughter's now upset because she had to wake up early for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be
And
upset.
then I have to go
So did you.
upstairs. Yep. Well, no, because I have to go upstairs now and wake up my son.
Who does have to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he was happy about that.
The amount of maneuvering we had to do, and I felt guilty the whole time not being 100% honest with him. But I'm like, I'm not going to have him throw a tantrum before going to school.
Oh, dude, we do the same thing. Oh, we're bringing her to a doctor's appointment. Stuff like that. We always have to make some shit up.
Just like that. Like, they
And our
tell
daughter-
you that part of
daughter-
parenting is
Sorry, go-
legitimately lying to your kids.
Oh,
the
yeah.
majority
And
of
our daughter
And I
won't pick
hate
up. She'll be like, I have a doctor's appointment. I thought. I'm like, you
Shut up.
be quiet. And she,
How-
oh, I get it now.
Having a kid is like having that one henchman that just doesn't get it. Oh, that's what you mean. We're supposed to
Oh.
rob the bank tonight. Like, shut up.
Oh, the mask goes over our face. I thought the hose is for our legs.
Yeah, that's every child. No matter how
Yeah.
smart they are, that is every child.
Well, yeah, they're still
Well,
learning
yeah, that was the
how the world
first.
works.
That was the first thing because Matt and I were supposed to go out today.
Yeah. We had decided,
So,
we had made just last week, we had decided our new plan was Fridays were going to be our hangout day. We were going to record in person. We're going to get something to eat. We're just going to basically give ourselves a social outing day and not be
Yeah.
hermits.
which is so easy to do.
Oh, it's incredibly easy to do. It's
Like it's not an easy life. It's not easy to be a hermit, but it's easy to hermitize or isolate yourself.
absolutely the decision to not do something is always easier than the decision to do something. I mean, it just goes without saying. I think
I'll deal with the
almost
mental anguish later.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's rough, unfortunately. And I was disappointed, man, because I couldn't go. I didn't want to go get my shotgun without you, so I didn't go.
Did you end up getting it? Oh, you didn't.
No, well, I figured we were going. This guy's in Goshen anyway. That's a licensed dealer. So I was like, oh, we're gonna go out there, get something to eat, we'll stop and I'll pick it up. So yeah, I didn't. Oh well. I keep having these recurring, not panic attacks, but like little mini episodes where I'm like,
anxiety
this is
jolts.
like, of course there goes the dog in the background. We're gonna have kids in the background and dogs in the background, folks. So just
Yeah.
ignore all that. Yeah, like little like mini anxiety epiphanies. Like, no, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't have this. And the next day I'm like, oh no, I do want to
I
get
want this. I want to do this
I want
harmful
it.
thing.
I want to get one. No, I want to. I want I want a shotgun. I've been talking about this for a while about wanting to get a gun. I wanted to get a shotgun though. I was like, that's the easiest thing to have. I don't know. The world's weird. I feel like it's a good idea to get one now. Just have it. Especially in New York State where we live, things keep getting more and more restrictive. I'm like, maybe it's a good idea to get something now before they,
Oh, sorry, go on.
not just before they like ban everything.
I remember being younger, and whenever I get like money, I would collect knives. So I would order them on Amazon.
Oh, I did that for a while too. Yeah.
And I just thought they're really cool. Obviously, I've never used any of them.
Wait.
I don't even remember any of them.
When you're talking younger, what age are you talking?
I'm talking about like middle school age to like high school, like all the way through high school.
I was a little older than you then. I was probably in my
Yeah,
early 20s when I still have a bunch of them. I think I have like 3 or 4 machetes, and then I have a bunch of like just regular, just good quality hunting knives. Just because I thought
Yeah.
they were cool.
Yeah, they're just really cool. I like tack knives. I like all that stuff.
I just like the way they looked in the engineering, and I don't know.
And actually, my wife and I, that's one of the original ways we bonded, because we both collected knives.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
But now, like, whenever I see a really cool knife, like, man, I want that Talon. And then I
know.
look, not sold in New York State. I'm like, why?
There's so many now. When you go look online, that it's like if you go on Amazon, they're like, can't ship to you. Nope, sorry. And I'm like, wait, but it's just a regular. It's like, it's not anything special. Like they outlawed like gravity knives and butterfly knives and like all these like
butterfly knives have not been an issue in New York since the early 90s.
I was gonna go even earlier, but like even gravity knives, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like I can buy. Actually, I don't know if they're legal. Like a regular spring action blade. Like I don't think those are legal now either in New York.
Oh my god!
But a gravity knife is like why is that illegal?
That's like
because it opens fairly easily. Like I don't get it.
You know then, what knife ejects faster than a gravity knife?
Any knife already open. Yeah, any knife that's open. I bought not too long ago. I bought I don't know what they're called now. I can't remember. But just ones with the little knob off the tip, and you just kind of push down on the knob and it flicks open quick.
Yeah,
like, that's just as fast.
The quick spring-loaded knives. Yeah, they're really quick.
It's just as fast as a gravity knife, So it's like funny why I don't know how they make these decisions on what's okay and what's not. And there's like the length issues too. They're like, all right, 4 inches is okay, but 5's not, whatever it is. 5's not okay. It's like, I'm pretty sure that inch difference doesn't make a difference when I stab. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, well, the initial stab won't kill you, so we'll allow that length.
Like people go in the ER and they're like, oh my God, we got a stab wound. They check it. They're like, oh, it's only a 4-inch wound. It should be fine. If it was half an inch bigger, would have been fatal. Like stabby is stabby, right?
Madam, I'm so glad you didn't take my advice and lose weight.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. They went based on the obesity rate in the state. They're like, all right, well, the average person has about 4 or 5 inches of fat.
Jesus.
That you have to get through. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Now I feel bad because I didn't text the guy to let him know I wasn't going to be over there this morning.
You deserve to feel bad.
I should feel bad. That's fine. I'll go see him a different day. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's so cheap too. That's the thing. Like I can get one for like $200, like a decent.
You better
one.
hope it doesn't like backfire on you.
No, like a Mossberg, like a really decent quality shotgun for just not a lot of money.
For being a former military guy, I know little to nothing about guns.
I don't either. But
I know how to use it. I know how to clean it.
3 police officer friends in my neighborhood that have all offered to be happy to show me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm doing.
I always envied those dudes. The ones
How
that just
so?
like, just the people who like get really into guns, like to a technical
Yeah,
level, or just with anything. Same thing with cars. I'm
sure.
super envious of those people. I cannot
Oh, me
center
too.
my brain on getting interested in that much.
Yeah, well, my one neighbor who's an NYC officer, he not only does he know his way around a gun, he also is a mechanic, like literal straight. He's
So
got a
he's that
license.
guy.
He's a licensed mechanic. He can fix anything on a car too. Yeah, same thing. And I'm like, and I try to make myself feel better. I'm like, well, I know how computers work. It's like
Phil, dude,
this
man.
this dude knows how real machinery works, not not
Yeah,
just a bunch of
not just
circuits.
typey, and that's
Type,
it.
yeah, typey. Speaking of typey, did you happen to see OpenAI's newest release last night?
No.
Sora. OpenAI, they didn't release it to the public, but they announced last night a text to video engine, and it's fucking amazingly good. It's crazy. So Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, announced it on Twitter, X, whatever, and then he basically said, "Give me a prompt in the comments, and I'll run it through the system." And he just posted all these videos of what people requested, and they're like crazy good.
Oh my god, the
In
amount of horrifying Taylor Swift videos
I
that are going to come out of
that's the
this.
first thing that I came to mind. I almost tweeted something about that. Like, good job, Sam. Now the Taylor Swift deepfakes will be even. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna tweet that. But dude, it's like crazy realistic. Like
I don't like it.
you see, like, when you see the like in Reddit, the text to video or the video, they're not even text to video. They're using the regular image generators to create videos, and they're like kind of weird looking, like
Yeah.
video gamey, but almost less than video gamey. And
No,
then,
it's not Uncanny Valley. It's something adjacent to it,
and then you see these videos that
like
people that he
Unpleasant
prompted,
Pathway.
they look completely real. Like there's one, he's got just a woman walking through Times Square, looks real. And then he's got one like an older woman like at a counter, like going through a recipe. It looks like a real video. And then there's one somebody requested a bling zoo, and it's like different shots of a zoo with like
Hmm.
animals just covered in like crazy jewelry, and everything looks real. It's unfucking I
I do
cannot
not
wait.
trust people to be like, even the people who created it, to be um honest or have enough integrity to not abuse that kind of
Well,
technology at all.
that's the problem. We've realized that we as a society are not built for these amazing tools. We're just going to do the worst possible thing with them. We're not going to take them and use them to do good for mankind. We're going to take them and use them to make the dumbest possible shit and the
It
stupidest
doesn't even have
possible
to be
decisions.
good. It doesn't even have to be good for mankind. It just has to not be a detriment, or just be for fun.
Right. No, agreed.
It's just never going to be that.
So
It's going to be the worst.
I posted on X/Twitter, whatever. I posted, I think it's a good idea to give a random asshole like me access. How else will you know how random assholes will use it? And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll use ChatGPT to give me prompts. So first one I did was let me find them here. Granting me access to Sora would not only unleash creative potential beyond imagination, but also serve as a real world test of its impact and ethics. Let's pioneer the future of AI together. Then I asked it to make it more pathetic, and it did. I'm just a humble enthusiast lost in the vast world of tech, dreaming of exploring the wonders of Sora. Please let me have a chance to experience its magic firsthand. It would mean the world to me. I didn't think that was pathetic enough, but it's pretty pathetic. And then I did anger. And denying access to Sora to passionate individuals like me is stifling innovation. We deserve the chance to prove our worth and push boundaries. OpenAI should empower us, not hold us back. And it actually had hashtags too. So it had hashtag hopeful for Sora, hashtag let us in Sora. I didn't get a
Oh, that's
response.
creepy.
I didn't get a response. I'm very upset.
Hashtag let us in, Sora.
Let us in. Yeah, they're stealing fucking what was that? wasn't that Bray Wyatt? I think that was Bray Wyatt's Fiend character's tagline. This fucking dog is still barking. But my dog has had
I mean, your
diarrhea.
dog is barking. My dog jumped on me. So
My dog has had
my
diarrhea
cat.
for like 4 fucking days, and I am so tired of cleaning dog shit up everywhere.
Oh, she's a big dog too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she won't. She, for some reason, has decided it's not a good idea to just leave it in one place. She like starts and then will like just walk across the floor, just leaking it. So it's just all in like a little path of diarrhea. It's awful. So the other day when you were here on
Has
our
your
last
wife cleaned
episode,
it at all? Oh yeah, I
yes,
remember this.
I think so. I don't know. Probably.
Thank you.
Yeah, the other
Goodbye.
day when we were recording and you were like choking on her
Oh,
her gas. Yeah, I think that's
oh.
why, because all of a sudden it was just these blobby
You reminded me of it,
sulfur
and now it's
farts, sulfur
oh,
smelling blobs of diarrhea. All right, you're welcome everybody for that fucking image.
oh. It's not even you
uh
saying all that. I'm just remembering. The
I know.
smells. Like,
Well, the taste and the smell is back in your throat.
oh god.
Speaking of AI, Google released its AI update last week. I think it was sometime.
Hmm.
It was they released updated Bard to Gemini, and they released their premium plan. And I think I told you about this. They had a 2-month free trial through Google
Yes,
One.
yes, you
It's
did.
through Google One, so you have to sign up like their version of iCloud. You have to sign up for their special
I dislike Google
tier.
One. I dislike it. I hate the way it's run.
I mean, there's
Really
not
do.
much to it. It's really just storage, and then they give you a couple shitty perks like a VPN and of Google's
Yeah, I
VPN,
don't.
which is like who wants to
Something
use.
about it that I just really don't like. It's
Well, I
it's
couldn't
off-putting to me.
I couldn't sign up for it because I was a Google Fi customer, and with Google Fi
Mm.
you get a discounted or free Google One plan. And I guess they just didn't fucking hook it up or didn't think of that in advance, so there's just no route
Or they
for a
didn't
person.
care.
Yeah. So I switched to T-Mobile last week, as I think I told you.
Mm. Yes.
Fuck them. Fuck Google Fi. I'm tired of. I'm gonna sound like a whiny bitch for a minute. I'm tired of it's like you're a second class Google user. Like I use Google everything. I have all their services. I subscribe to all their shit. Because I'm a fucking fanboy, and I had their fucking cell service, and like I can't tell you how many times I've had issues because I have their cell service, and it's just stupid. It's like even with my phone, I have the Pixel phone, and we get updates on Google Fi like 2 months or sorry, like 2 weeks late all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're using your service. Shouldn't we be getting these things quickly? Like, shouldn't you be prioritizing us? So fuck them, fuck them. I'm done. I have T-Mobile now. I'm almost tempted to switch to a Galaxy phone now too, just because I'm so fucking irritated. Uh, and
Just being scorned.
being scorned as it's like they're like, oh, you already like us, so we're just gonna
Hey,
fucking shit on you. I felt
that's
like a
why I left
battered wife.
Verizon. Verizon treated me like garbage. I
They
mentioned on the
all.
show what
I mean,
Verizon did.
did you?
I believe I did. I had the veterans discount,
Right.
and they were taking out only like a smaller percentage. So I
Uh,
went in to just fix it, and I did it multiple times, and it kept going back. Finally, I go in, and I know this is probably just this individual, but it doesn't matter. It was just
it doesn't
how does
matter.
this person keep their job?
Yeah,
I
they're
was
a
talking
representative of the
to
company, so
the
whatever.
manager of it, and I didn't do the whole Karen thing. It was just like I've been having this issue. I just want somebody who has full authority to be able to
That's how I try to
make
go
sure it
about
gets
it too.
done.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." The initial guy I talked to, but then they were like looking through, and I explained the problem to him. He goes, "Okay, well, we could just take it off." Like, excuse me?
Take what
Well,
off?
you
The
can either
discount?
have the discount that you have, or we
Right.
just get rid of it.
And
It's
you
like,
have no discount.
yeah, like the discount I have isn't the veterans discount. Yeah, but instead of changing it, we could just get rid of it.
What?
So
Yeah,
essentially,
you
he was
haven't.
just saying
I don't think
either
you
you
focused right.
you get what you just take it or
Take
leave
the
it.
shit we're trying to give you, or you get nothing, motherfucker.
And I was like, then why offer it? And ever since then, I was just like, okay, I'm done. So we went to T-Mobile too, and every year Verizon sends me emails, literally like baby come back emails.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. I had Verizon for a while. I forget what they did to piss me off, but I didn't have them anymore. I had AT&T for a while. I forget what they did to piss me off, but I didn't have them anymore. And then I went to Google Fi, and I have had it for years. And it's like if the service works, it works. Their customer support is total dog shit garbage. Like if you have a
Mhm.
problem, you're gonna have a problem for a month, which has happened multiple times. And I just kept coming back. Like, it's okay. It's okay. He loves me. He loves me. As he's beating the
Jeez.
shit out of me with a belt. He loves me. And that was it. I was like, why am I doing this? Why do I keep it's like
Yeah, this.
and I was like, well, but I get perks. And I thought about it. I was like, what are my perks? Oh, I'm supposed to get YouTube Premium for free, but I don't because I have a family plan and they don't discount the family plan. They just are like, sorry, nothing. And I get $1 off or whatever Google One. It's like $1 or
Oh,
$2. And I get free data sims. So I had 2 hotspots and I went, I don't think I've ever used them. And I have another data hotspot through AT&T that I use. So I don't need those either. And I went, oh, there is no good reason. So that was it.
yeah,
So I
they're,
switched.
they're supposed to be providing a service, but the only people they're servicing are themselves.
Yeah. So
So,
I don't know. I hope T-Mobile's better. I like T-Mobile's like little giveaways and stuff. I know every year they give MLB TV away for free because every year I contact my friend Jeff because he has T-Mobile and I ask him
mhm.
to sign up for it and he gives me the login and password. So I don't have to bug him. Actually, this year it'll be coming up any minute, any day now, either within the next few weeks. I'll message him and be like, yeah, I don't need it anymore, buddy. Thanks. Thanks for doing it for me all these years.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the color pink.
You just like pink. It's not pink, it's magenta.
It is magenta. I'm under the magenta plan.
Yeah, see, you're on one of the old plans. I had to sign up for the I don't know what the fuck it's. Can you close the door, please? Oh, sorry. Wifey's here. She
Yeah, I
brought me a
was about to
bottle
say
of water
that.
because she's so nice.
I was just about to say we had a cameo from Wife.
Cameo from wife.
What? Did you do something bad?
What are you talking about?
Did you do something bad, Wife?
Did you do something
He's
bad?
asking if you did something bad. I got headphones on, so she can't hear you.
I know she can't. You're supposed to be my mouthpiece.
Oh, I'm your mouthpiece? That sounds creepy.
Gross.
I don't want to be your mouthpiece.
Ew.
Too late now.
Okay,
We're in
now
this
that- Now
together.
that she's gone, I do want to be your mouthpiece.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have some other plan because apparently they just make new plans all the time. And I was all
Yeah.
excited because they were telling me in the store I could get a free Galaxy S24 and I was really considering it. I guess it's like free for 2 years, but they don't add anything to your plan. Like it doesn't cost any more. You just have to stay with them for 2 years, which usually you get a phone and it's like, they add $15 a month or whatever. But then I don't think I actually have the right plan. I think I think it's like the one above mine. And now I'm kind of sad.
So I saw reviews for the Madam Web movie.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a
Whew.
couple. I think I saw a couple years that said it wasn't terrible though,
I
even though it
first
looked
of
like
all,
it was gonna be.
when I saw the trailer, I thought it was like a CW production. As bad
Yes.
as it looked.
Oh, it looks terrible.
Awful.
Yeah,
And-
it looked like That's the best way I've heard it put. It looked like a CW joint.
I looked at the girls in the costumes. I hate the costumes. I really cannot. I don't dig. They're
Now,
like Power Rangers costumes.
They've got Dakota Johnson in it, right?
Yeah, I don't know who the other actors
Sydney,
or
I think
actresses
Sydney
in it.
Sweeney. Sydney
Sweeney. That is
Sweeney's
right.
in it.
Yep. Yes.
No comment.
Jeez.
So that's it, right? I think those are the two main actresses in the movie.
No. There's 4 of them because there's 3 Spider Women. Then there's Madam Web, and then the villain Ezekiel Sims. See,
Did
I
you
know
say-
that.
Wait,
I know
did you say Villian?
I meant to say villain and
You said
evil guy
villain.
at the same time, so I said
Villian.
Villian.
I like that. That sounds like a good name. I'm going to name my next child
My
Villian.
name is Villian Strauss.
My name is
I am
Villian
cousin
Strauss.
of Werner Herzog.
I've
I'm
come
the
here-
happy one. So
I've come-
happy.
Oh, you can see it on my face. My big smile.
From ear to ear, my smile is bigger than the sun is bright.
Watch me grin. Watch me grin. My teeth are so shiny and white.
The song from Pharrell Williams fills my soul with happiness.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
gonna
like to
just
watch
talk
him.
like that all day.
Bounce in his Arby's hat.
He has the meats.
He has many meats. Okay, anyway.
No. I'm sorry. Now I just want to see a happy Werner Herzog or Werner Herzog
Werner
um,
Herzog.
documentary.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
I felt like I read
I
something
mean-
about him passing away recently. He was in
See, now I'm gonna sit
Mandalorian.
here looking it up.
I'm gonna look it
I-
up. Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog. He is. Yes, he is still alive.
Yeah, he's still
He's
alive.
81 years old. Yeah, because he was in Mandalorian only a couple, I don't know, days ago.
Oh, you said go.
Joaquin's talking to his child right now, so I'm gonna vamp a little bit. There we go. You back?
Yep.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, Madam Web, right?
Yes.
So-
Oh, yeah, you were gonna say.
No, I was just gonna ask you. So what are your thoughts now on the
I
the
haven't
reviews?
I
I
haven't
wanna
seen
look
it.
at the
I don't
costumes.
have an interest in seeing it because it's a Sony produced movie that really is not going to be attached to the MCU. Which I'm not even a big fan of the MCU, but it's a continuous story that I'm aware of. And I don't like the Sony movies. I'm just not a fan of the Venom movies.
Okay, so no, I don't like the Sony movies either. I mean, the Spider-Man movies are fine, but they're technically
But-
MCU, right?
Okay, so yes, but my problem with them alone, like even the Spider-Man Sony movies, I'm not a big fan of either. But I don't, and this is just people hate me online for this one. Tom Holland is my least favorite Spider-Man. Like,
No,
I
that's
like him.
fair.
I like him. He's not bad. He's fine in the role overall, but everything they built him on was everything that Miles Morales was, and I've went through this all before. He's just the weakest Spider-Man to me. Again, Andrew Garfield got a bad rap because the movies were not to scale. They had great moments, but he was Peter Parker. And
Okay.
I forever will hear Peter Parker with a New York accent, which
No,
people are like half
I'm
the
with
thing
you.
they didn't like about it.
I'm okay. I don't really know much about this movie. I'm just looking now at the costumes. So we got Dakota Johnson as the titular character. Her costume
That's
looks
Madam Web.
her costume looks fucking dumb. It just looks like a red gimp suit. We got Sydney Sweeney as Julia Cornwall, and she's got a dope ass like Venom looking costume.
That's Black Widow.
Okay, so that's a dope
it looks
costume.
weird on her, in my opinion.
I mean, I
They look to me.
I don't
They
know.
look like really high quality Party City costumes,
hers.
that's what
hers
they
looks
look like
pretty
to
dope,
me.
but maybe it's just because she's wearing it.
and
then
it's
we got
mainly because the way the mask fits her face. It really just looks
it's
like
got
one of
a
those.
chin strap.
Well, it to me it looks like those face masks that are just plain, and then they cut large holes in them.
It's giant
Like
holes.
those-
Like you could just see her fucking face. Like
Yeah, it's just her forehead is the least identifiable thing.
There's
Like
no-
you should
nobody's seeing that mask and thinking, "Who's that?"
like
under
that, and just that bothers me. Like
And then,
that's more revealing than the domino masks.
Okay, well then we got Isabella Merced, and
Actually,
Celeste
none
O'Connor.
of them have masks that cover
Right.
who they are.
So I
None
don't
of them do.
I don't recognize those two
They're
actresses.
closer to TV actresses, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
those just look like they're wearing goggles, like skydiving goggles.
They are like a domino. They are goggles because again,
They're just goggles.
There
Yeah,
was
like
very-
Domino. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, they're very Power Rangers esque.
And
Despite
like
the fact that Power Rangers have full face helmets.
Celeste O'Connor's like blue and red costume looks pretty cool, and then the other Isabel Merced, her costume just looks like the reverse of the Venom one. I don't know. Yeah, they don't look great. They're not great costumes.
Like the longer you look at them, the worse they start looking.
yeah,
And
this
then
is.
there's
Go
the
ahead.
villain, Ezekiel Sims,
Is he
who
the
is
black
just
Spider-Man
evil
costume with
purple
red?
Spider-Man.
Oh, it's purple. Okay.
It's like it looks purplish to me.
I'm just looking at a picture. It looks black.
It just looks like a spandexy thing and they use
But
one
it's
of
really-
Tom Holland's masks.
It looks stupid though.
And there's no reason for him to look like that. Even in the comics, he just was a guy. Like he didn't have a spider costume.
But like the lines on it aren't even like in any sort of pattern.
Match up. They don't match up. And
Yeah,
they get their powers from like some spider tribe that like worships a magical spider.
Okay, so I have no desire to watch this whatsoever, so I'll probably just watch some breakdown.
It's not. I don't think it's worth it. It doesn't tie into anything. It's actually for spoilers if you want to see it. It's a prequel.
This girl is Thonday Newton's or Thonday Newton's.
Dude, you're starting.
I'm ADDing. Sorry.
On air, you are rabbit holing.
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, still on topic though. Ben Parker, played by Adam Scott. So is this young?
I just said that. It is a prequel. Ben Parker, Uncle Ben, the man who died that made Spider-Man what he is a main character in this movie.
So wait, when does this take place? Like in many years ago?
This is before he met Aunt May, and I think they were in their 60s when he died.
It says Emma Roberts plays Mary Parker. And I thought that was a typo, but I guess that's maybe a sister?
Maybe, because they mentioned May. I don't think May is in the movie.
Okay, it must be.
Because he's like trying to find. He essentially says, "I found the one." That's like a line he says in the movie.
All right. Anyway, okay. Well, that's enough. I'm going to stop rabbit holing here. Sorry.
Overall, it is a prequel. Okay. And the whole movie, apparently, they're just going, "Hey, this is Spider-Man. This is a Spider-Man movie." But
come on, guys! Look, they got webs and costumes on. Come see it.
That's so bad, especially because you might as well have just gone the whole Anansi route if you're going to do the Spider God nonsense.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Anansi is an African spider god, and in the comic books, the reason why Spider-Man was always destined to be Spider-Man, even though he's a science-based superhero, is because Anansi set everything up to be that way because there always has to be a spider avatar.
Nerd! Sorry. Okay,
I'm
anyway.
just saying. They might as well have done that. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fair enough.
Dickhead.
I started exercising. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
I did?
Yes.
I've now done it. I've done twice now. Oh, right. So last episode, I exercised right before, the day before that episode. Okay. I think. And then I did the other day, a couple days ago, too. I gave myself recovery time because I was in so much pain for like 3 days. And then I did yesterday, and I don't feel that bad today.
Yeah, I did take one dough yesterday. That was all right.
Oh, did you go?
Yeah, my knee.
Were you there last night?
I don't go at night. When I go for myself, I go during the day.
Oh, okay. We didn't go last night.
Yeah, I know you did. Oh no. In the yes, I did notice you guys weren't there.
Yeah. Oh, you were there last night though.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I feel bad that I wasn't able to get over there because I could have sat and talked to you for an hour. Anyway, I'm feeling better though. Like I've been feeling good about it. Like it's
when your muscles stop hurting.
Yeah, I was very glad the next day I woke up for the second time and it didn't hurt everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep at it.
I did Taekwondo one day and then my knee was hurting for an entire week.
Yeah, you had told me. So how'd you feel after the other day?
It doesn't hurt. It feels tight, but it doesn't hurt. So
that's good. No, that's definitely a plus. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know. We're getting old and now we're floundering. What are your other topics?
That political compass thing. Apparently that's widely used or considered like a not a gold standard, but like a standardized test of your political leanings that a lot of people use. So I was not surprised to find out that we were like almost exactly the same spot on the graph. We're not very far off.
Our mutual friend, Chris he's in the same ballpark.
Same box too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know I had those kind of my views leaned.
Did you
closer
tell
that
him to
end.
take it too, or had he already
He
done
took
it?
it a while back.
Oh, okay.
He was familiar with it.
Oh, so you had mentioned it to him
Yeah.
after we did it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either. I think, you know what? I think a lot of people, fall into that bucket. It's just, I think it's just a good example of, I think people aren't as far apart as we think they are.
No, we just focus on the nuances and then argue about, like, we nitpick things and argue about that stuff.
Right, absolutely, and it's just so fucking silly, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it on our socials. So if any of you listeners are listening, I'm gonna post the link for the political compass quiz. It's only like 6 sections, takes maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't take long.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Just out of curiosity, post where you guys fall, because I'd like to see how common or how common it is to fall in the same general areas.
Some of the questions did make me stop and actually,
Yeah.
like, I pressed one thing and I went, you know what?
Oh,
Now
absolutely.
I'm really thinking about it. No, I don't feel that way. About
No,
this.
absolutely.
Like,
There are probably, I don't know, out of the 6 sections, I think each section was like 5 to 6 questions. There's probably 5 or 6 questions where same thing. I was like, had an immediate, like, what do you call it? Shoestring reaction. What's the word I'm looking for?
knee
Knee-jerk.
jerk reaction.
There you go.
Shoestring reaction.
Fuck you. All right.
What?
Fuck you.
What?
All right? I had a knee-jerk reaction and then thought about it and was like, oh, wait. No, now that I think about this, I don't feel that way. This is the way. Yeah. So, yeah, you got to kind of think about it. But I'm going to post it if you guys want to take it and then share your results with us and just tag us. We'd like to take a look at them.
That would be funny.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you're listening to us, if you totally disagree with us on a lot of stuff, or if you're in the same boat or what. I don't know. It's
What are you talking about? I have authoritarian friends. Authoritarian?
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like I'm not saying authoritarian.
Yeah, look, you can't say stuff right either. You dick.
Hey, there's a difference between not being able to pronounce a word and completely just making up a phrase.
No, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, here
absolutely
comes my
made
son.
up a phrase.
What does my son want? What are you doing, buddy? Oh, he's getting rubber bands. He's apparently
That's like, instead of saying authoritarian, I was just like,
close the door, please.
Anthropopadopoulos. I could just make that up.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right. Like, actually, I think it's worse to mispronounce words.
Oh, Captain Double Down over here.
Yeah, I do. I'm doubling down. I think it's worse to mispronounce words than to just not think of the correct phrase. Look, I have an old man brain, and I occasionally will forget phrases or words or not be able to bring it to mind. And but when I do bring it to mind, I know what I'm fucking saying.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a super cut of every time you've mispronounced words on this show.
No, you won't. You won't take the time to do
No,
that.
because I won't take the time to listen to myself.
It'll take hours. You don't have the time to go through and cut all those possible clips out.
I mean,
no,
the time you have is the time you make.
I mispronounce
if you're spiteful.
shit. I mispronounce shit all the time. I'm just busting your chops. I do the same fucking thing.
Did you really explain?
Now did I what?
I said, did you just really explain yourself as if I didn't get it?
Yeah, I was doing it for the listeners.
Oh, so you think they're dumb?
Yep. No, I think I'm dumb, and I was explaining it from you sound like my wife.
Selling.
You sound like my wife. All right, I feel the need to explain things to work through them. Okay, that's just how I work through things myself. I have to explain them out loud to work through them in my head. Okay, last thing before we get to our topic. American Horror Story. I'm continuing my quest. I'm almost done with Cult. And yes, I know. I messaged you again the other night and asked if you had watched it, and you gave me a shitty response and said, "Not since the last time you asked me. Not since the last time you asked me." And I heard in parentheses, "asshole."
You could just feel the expression that I made.
Yes, I could tell. But I think it's fine. I don't understand why people didn't like it. I think if you ignore
it was just during the time in which it came out.
Okay,
I
Look,
really think it was.
well, look, they press the political issue. Part of me feels like they're doing it as satire, where they're
it
like,
did feel very satirical.
look how dumb everybody on both sides of this argument.
Maybe a little on the nose.
Yes, maybe a little
from what
too
I
on the
hear.
nose.
I-
But I felt it was satirical. Like both sides, you're both dumb. Both sides have whiny, dumb assholes on it. So you don't think you're right if you're on either side. But they didn't hang a hat on that. Like that wasn't the.
It wasn't their only thing.
I think if you just ignore that and you just look at it, it's just about some asshole and his cult, like Charles
if
Manson
you just
had.
watch the show and ignore a good chunk of it, you might like the show.
But I mean, if you just no, but like literally, like if you just get past, if you don't like the political elements where they're bringing up
Mhm.
Trump and Hillary and talking about the election, if you just ignore that, and that's not a big part of the show, like it's in the
I
background.
think the obsession with the political icons is kind of the point.
Sure,
So because
to a
again,
degree,
like the show initially didn't have like modern day problems in it. I think that's where
not at all. No,
it
you're
came
right.
in, and that was where people were rubbed the wrong way, I believe.
Okay, I get
because
that. Maybe
all of every season was more of a period piece and never had
Yes.
modern problems involved.
I guess if you're looking at
And
it,
so people thought it was just like, oh, they're just good stories. It's like, no, they just don't involve your life directly. It doesn't
Right.
remind you of your
Well,
personal life.
it probably helps that I'm watching it. What? I don't know, 6 to 8
Removed-
years
like,
later.
Years removed.
Yeah, so it's not like immediate. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say if I watched it at the time, I probably would have been the same thing. Like, oh, why are they making this fucking thing about what's going on? I don't need to watch this bullshit. It's happening in real life. But like I said, if you just realize the political stuff is a backseat and just focus on the fact that it's about this cult, this murderous cult with this fucking lunatic leader, which
So good.
they can make their parallels to Trump, but at the same, and they do it in the show. Like they
Mhm.
talk about all, Jim Jones and Charles Manson and the cult leaders that have happened throughout, the last 100 years or whatever it is.
Seska.
You can just focus on that and be like, it's just about this crazy fuck and his cult and the crazy shit they do and all the issues, and just it's a regular AHS season if you go that route. So the next season I have to watch is Apocalypse, and I think that's the one everybody really hated.
Yeah, Apocalypse is the one that everyone really hated, and
So
from what the little I have seen of it, because I could not watch it. After
Oh,
Hotel,
is that bad?
like I couldn't get past the first episode, and I was trying to skip seasons because I was trying to find like a season that my wife and I would watch together.
Hotel was not good. It was
I did
True
not
Blood.
like Hotel.
Like
Hotel
I
really
mentioned.
threw us off.
But I plowed through it and I went on and I thought Roanoke was really good. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I'm
it.
gonna definitely watch Roanoke. I missed Roanoke because I didn't understand it. I think that's what it was. I
Yeah.
just maybe thought it was like a spinoff or something at the time. I don't remember.
I mean, it feels like it the way they
Oh.
presented it. But I thought Roanoke was really good, and I think Cult is actually pretty good. I'm not done. I got 2
Okay.
episodes left, so they could still fuck it all up.
Really good.
But I've
They
enjoyed.
never really know how to end
No.
in the seasons.
They don't. They seem to do a really good job of making it fucked up and coming up with crazy ideas. Like in Cult, not a major spoiler, but they had one concept where the main dude Kai, the cult leader, he wants to have a Messiah baby with his sister. So he decides that he can't do that because it's incest and that would be impure for them. So he decides he's gonna have one of his like fucking followers fuck her, and then he's gonna fuck him in the ass. So they're all, and it's just like such a great it's such a great idea of like, how can we make this fucked up this dude have a fucked up idea? And I was like, that's so perfect.
That is really good.
But that's what I thought. I was like, that's exactly the type of dumb fucked up thing somebody like that would come up with. Like, it's so fucking stupid.
That is very culty though.
Right. That's why I was like, that's perfect. It's so stupid. So that's the kind of thing in the season that I've liked. I was like, that made me laugh and go, that's so fucking ridiculous and stupid. That's exactly what would happen.
Oh man.
Anyway, so that's it. Do you have anything else you want to talk about before we get into our topic?
I just would like your opinion on something.
Oh, okay. I like this.
If there is a phrase that you use, let's say a phrase is a normal phrase. I'm actually going to use the phrase that was in the example. Is long time no see.
Knee jerk reaction. Okay, sorry. Long time no see.
No,
okay.
like long time no see. and you found out that that phrase was used in a racial context, like that's what was originally developed. It was used as a racist term.
Really?
Would would you feel that it would be right for you to not say that phrase anymore?
Like if are we talking about me personally, or like if
Yeah,
somebody
you
I knew,
personally.
would
You
it be
personally.
right? Okay, when you
For
say
you to not use that word anymore.
right, okay, so you're saying would I think personally I shouldn't use that phrase anymore?
Yes.
I guess it depends on the context a little bit.
Well, like literally the phrase "no time, no see."
Long time no see.
Apparently, it was used to be offensive to Asian people.
Okay.
Because
Please don't tell
yeah,
me it has to do with the.
it has everything to do with that.
Okay.
And it's funny because of how absurd it is.
I don't understand how that would work though. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But again, this is just
Okay. So no.
like
No,
you
I
don't
would
feel
not. I would not feel the need to just not say it anymore because
okay.
I think in our current lexicon, it's evolved into having its own meaning. It
Literally
doesn't
meaning what it said.
right. It doesn't mean what it whatever its origins were. It doesn't mean that anymore in our
Yeah.
current society. It has a different meaning.
Yep, I absolutely feel that way, and I really had to think about it because so there's this guy I listen to, or I watch because I like kind of like his videos because he's very anti-religion guy,
Right.
and again he's more so on the compassion side of it, not on the more political or anger side of it. But with this
Sure.
one video, he was talking about like racism in the church. And
Okay.
there was like this pastor. I'm going to send you the video, but there was this pastor. He wore blackface, and he just spent years defending it. Mind you, he wore his blackface at a church gathering, and I laughed. I howled. I was in the middle of the mall, and I howled when I heard this. He
What
said,
was his intent?
"Well, I was being Ray Charles." Man had
Was he mentally
literal
ill?
blackface with red lips and a giant afro. He's a pastor, so yes.
Yeah, good point. Sorry, that was a stupid question.
He was just defending. It was like it was a good old fun time, mind you. Like you're indoctrinating these kids with being okay with you wearing blackface and saying,
Yeah.
this is what Ray Charles looked like. It's like, oh, just because you wear sunglasses and wave your head back and forth while looking nothing like Ray Charles.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure.
I would have actually kind of defended you if you tried to look like a black person.
Like somebody dressing up like Michael Jackson on Halloween and like really wearing a full costume, and it's kind of like, okay. I mean,
like, I get what you're going for.
I get what you're going for. You know, you're not supposed to do it, but I don't think you were trying to do it offensively.
Like,
but you shouldn't do it.
There was a German girl. Can you quiet down, please?
Our kids.
There was a girl who dressed up as Michonne because Michonne from Walking Dead is her favorite character. She was a German girl,
right?
And got blasted online because she dressed up as Michonne. She didn't look offensive at all. She looked like the character.
Did she?
But she was a white girl that painted her skin dark.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just
I was just
can't
like,
do it, period.
I was just like, not smart of you to do. I mean, the internet exists, so you know that people are going to get on you about it.
When it comes,
she wasn't being like malicious. She was like, "That's my favorite character."
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, whether we like in your head, like you think you and I both can go look at that and go, "Oh, I get it. It was her favorite character. She didn't mean anything bad by it." But we also both know in our head, "Yep, sorry, that's just the way it is."
No,
the world says you can't do that.
I'm only saying no for preservation of that person, as opposed to because I'm going to get offended by it. I'm not, because intent means something to me,
right?
And being that when I was younger, I was introduced to like the whole cosplay thing, and like, wow, there's not that many black anime characters that aren't minstrel characters. And black characters and black kids were told, or adults too, because cosplayers are mainly adults, were told, well, you can't cosplay as this white character because you're black.
Right.
It's like, well, why is it that like I've gone through that. I'm not gonna make somebody else do it. Just because I wanted to be some white anime character.
Right. No, I get
but
it.
I can't because that's stupid. And I get it. Well, there's the racial history in America. This woman wasn't in America. She's not American.
Also
Sorry.
true. Also true. Yep.
So context and intent mean everything. Yeah, you could be offensive if you want to. So the rules aren't always going to be black and white straightforward, but for me personally, I don't care
Sure.
in that regard. Same thing with the Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Tropic Thunder thing. Context means something. So the reason why I brought that up, because the pastor did that in that video, and obviously it was to be offensive, having a good old time, but you could tell he looked like a gollywog.
Well, like you said, he didn't even try. He's just got blackface with the big red
shoe
lips.
polish
Like you're clearly
red
just
lipstick.
You're going straight minstrel. Like you're not trying at all to be anything but offensive. Yeah.
So the guy that was doing the video, the one who brought that to light, he brought up, the woman said, that sounds like, she says that sounds like gobbledygook or something like that. Oh, mumbo jumbo, all that mumbo jumbo. And he started harping on her saying the word mumbo jumbo. It's like, well, because it was actually a derogatory term, not derogatory term, but a derogatory take on, like some, I think it's Haitian, like, or African, like mumbo jumbo or whatever. I'm going to say it wrong because I don't have that history, so I don't know. But it was, to just like, they're saying gobbledygook because I don't understand what they're saying. I'm going to say it wrong.
Yeah.
And have it mean nonsense. The problem is that years have passed with people using the phrase, especially using the phrase mumbo jumbo without having the context of it being a racial thing. So now the word literally just means nonsense.
Right.
That is how language works.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah.
And I doubt that lady knew that. And so now what the guy who I was listening to is doing is word policing. Because it's not like it was a dog whistle. And you're saying it's possible that it could have been a dog whistle. But I really doubt that she knew that. And there's this thing that people have been doing where they'll bring up what old phrases mean to make that phrase bad. And I'm going, I would have never in my entire life known that was a racially charged word
until you brought it up. You're the one that's trying to make it racist again. And
I can almost tell that some of these people out here didn't know that those were racially charged words when they used it.
Right. No, I'm sure. But
it happens way too often.
Look, words are just sounds that are put together. They're going to get recycled over time. Things are going to evolve and adapt and change over time. And you have to look at the what things are. It's just like we talk about, you can't look at old tweets and measure them against today's context. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Same thing. You got to look at words. You can't measure them against what they meant 50, 60 years ago. You have to measure it against what they mean now.
I mean, because I was going to bring some in the comment section, but I don't have the internet to argue with people. But I was going to say, like, well, what about the N-word then?
Well, there's that hasn't,
because you're telling us not to say it, but it was taken back essentially.
Yeah, but it's never lost its meaning.
What I'm saying is it gets mutated. It's been mutated multiple times around to fit any context.
Right. Oh no, agreed. But the context hasn't changed in terms of a white person saying it.
I'll get you some medicine.
Like that hasn't changed, It still means the same thing.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is the way it evolved, where now there's these rules to it that don't exist, that exists, but can also be hypocritically used. But then if somebody says it in historical context based on the race of the person who uses it in the historical context, will get in trouble for using it, even if they're doing it to explain a situation or you see where the rules are always changing with it.
No, agreed.
There's a website, The Dollop, where they're totally like anti-racism and stuff like that. But the guy who does the reading of the history when he's bringing up race stuff, he literally quotes and he has his sources of the thing that he is quoting. And he's not going to paint, not going to go over it like say the N word. No, he's going to say the word because the impact needs to be there
Well,
for the context
you have
of what
to
he's
be
saying.
yeah, you have to be able
And
to.
and people got on him about that. I'm
Well,
like,
it's
why? Because he's a white guy? Because then that means the racism is coming from you, not from him.
agreed. It's up to the person who is reading or interpreting to understand, like you said, to understand the context and go, oh, this is not malicious. This is not intending to cause harm. This is just putting context for people to have an understanding of what's going on. Nobody's trying to offend me. I should not get mad at this. But it's not the way it usually happens.
And what matters if you do get offended? You know what happens when you get offended? Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. That's a whole different conversation in general about maybe stop being so words aren't violence. Words can't hurt. They don't.
Well,
Don't say that shit. It's stupid.
technically they can. Okay, I was about to say because technically they can be violence, especially if you're a parent of a athlete.
Huh?
If you're the parent of an athlete, if you are a youth sports parent,
Or are you segueing?
you absolutely. Your words can absolutely cause a lot of damage.
Oh, you're segueing. Do you need to?
I am segueing.
Do you need to go and do something quick for a second?
No, I don't. I didn't have anything else, and you said we were going to go into our topic, so I found a clever way to.
Good job. Oh, you're so good at this.
It's time.
You're like a seasoned professional.
Begin the complaining.
Can we call ourselves seasoned professionals now? We're 40 episodes in.
No.
Seasoned amateurs.
Spicy idiots.
Amateurs. Our topic today is youth sports parents. You know the ones we're talking about. The ones that, well, there's different types, but most commonly, the assholes that go to their kids' games and are assholes.
Are just way too into it.
Into it.
Oh my god.
In like multiple ways. So there's the parents that are like completely, and I'm gonna we talked about this ahead of time. We're not subject matter experts here. No. Right now, neither Joaquim and I are overly engaged in school sports or youth sports. So yeah, we really don't have much experience with this currently, but I'm thinking back to when I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I played I did Little League. Did you do any youth sports?
I was a wrestler.
You did wrestling? Okay. So youth sports parents covers a lot of different types. There's parents like my parents that I begged to please just let me stop doing this thing. Because I swear to God, every fucking time I'd get up to bat, it was like, I don't know if they were doing it on purpose, but they'd hit me with the ball every fucking time. I'd get socked with the ball. I'd get hit in the head. If I got hit in like the leg, I'd have a giant bruise the next day, the size of a baseball. Every game I'd get hit like 2 or 3 times. I don't know if I just wasn't good enough to get out of the way. And like it was young kids, so they were just bad pitchers. And I just was bad at getting out of the way or what. But I'd ask, and my parents were just like, we paid for this shit. You're going. But then as I got older and it started to be the older kids, I had this coach who was also a parent of one of the kids on the team. And man, the guy was just such a fucking dick. He was a dick to all the players on the team that weren't great because he didn't like that he had to have players like me who weren't amazing on the team. And they had some like, I don't know, some sort of quota for how much we had to play per game. Like they had to let us do at least 1 or 2 innings or something because I always had to be in a game. And then like his son, he was such an asshole too. Like his son would get up and if his son didn't like get a hit or something, he'd just be like, come on, you're fucking better than that. What's wrong with, he was like this very picture a guy who drives a truck, hunts, like that kind of guy. Very like manly man, like you're a man. Like every time his son was good.
I can't wait until I can buy my son a hooker. I just can't wait.
His son was good, and he would just shit on him if he didn't like do amazing every time he got up. And he was also a pitcher, so if he had a bad inning, his son would come in and he'd just be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Like an October Sky dad.
Yeah, and we're like, dude, like
You're
we're
gonna
like
be in the mines, son.
we're like 13, 14 years old, man. Like, what are you getting so heated about? Like, chill.
No, I get like people like aggressively cheering for somebody because mind you,
That's fine.
when I was in wrestling, my mom would aggressively cheer. My dad was more reserved with that. He didn't do that. He was very inspirational in that regard. He was just like he liked to give me pep talks whenever he did show up.
Yeah, but that I mean,
but I had a teacher. She was my English teacher. She was pregnant at the time. I remember because she was gone half the year. Mrs. Tangarakis.
Okay.
And this woman, she got up. She looked like she was gonna fight for me.
I like that last name.
Yeah, me too. I've never heard that name ever again.
Tangarakis.
And she was just like, "You better win. You got this." Like she was going nuts, and that like amped. But there's people who don't end that, like for that moment, and they don't use that aggressiveness in a positive way. Again, like just kind of like shitting on the kid.
I'm fine with positive reinforcement, and if it's like yeah, you got this, fucking get him, yeah, that's okay to an extent. I mean, unless you're really shitting on, they're like, fuck these losers, like that's different.
I mean, that's still a negative aggressiveness.
Yeah, but those parents that are out there like just like screaming at their kid, like, you better come on, and then like when they don't do well, they're just like, come on, what the fuck's wrong with you? Fuck you. And the worst are the ones that get on the refs, like or the umpires.
Like, okay, yeah, all right. What? How do you? I wonder how they're like in their house, how that works.
I don't know.
Like how their kid sees their parents lose
their shit. Yeah,
and then come home and expect the kids to like, I don't know, throw out the trash.
I don't know, and like how do you explain yourself when you like get booted out of a children's game because you were being too nasty or aggressive? Like, how do you explain that to your significant other when you get home? You're like, yeah, I did or it anybody. Again. How do you, and especially now when everybody has a camera, like, come on, man. How do you,
Frank, why are you home before our son?
Well,
I mean, they kicked me out of it.
Well, I told the umpire he was a stupid cunt and he couldn't.
So you mean to tell me
he couldn't catch a ball if it was hanging in his sack?
Frank, so what you're telling me is that one, this happened again. They let you back and you did it again. But on top of that, you were so mad. You drove home and just left our son while he was playing the game.
Oh shit, I knew I forgot something. Oh yeah. It's all right. Janet will take him home. It's fine. She was consoling him when I was on my way out anyway.
Oh my god, just garbage. But
there are these parents. I've seen a lot of good hockey videos where like the parents are just berating the refs for just bad calls. They're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And they're like, "They're volunteers. They're like they get paid like nothing to be there. They're just there trying to like be really helpful." Like I think our local little leagues. I don't think the umpires are anything but volunteers. They're just there to try to help and let the kids play a game.
You know what? These people like save up that energy for like the big leagues where they can't actually yell at the ref because you're just yelling at the TV.
Yeah,
and then they just wait until they can do it, and they just take out their fantasy.
It's that
poor volunteer ref.
It's also a combination of living vicariously through their child, right? So like when their child gets called out on strikes or something, and the umpire, they're like feel like it's them there. They're like, "No, man, that's me down there. You're calling me out, motherfucker." And then they get all heated about it, want to start a fight.
My kids
like Randy Marsh
martial arts.
On South
My
Park.
daughter has been through a martial arts tournament, so I was like a parent.
Sure, yeah,
watching it and like watching her like do her thing and go. Oh, that amount of pride was just like,
absolutely. And there's
right
nothing
there.
wrong.
It was amazing.
There's nothing wrong with pride. There's nothing, like we said, there's nothing wrong with the encouragement.
But I could not imagine just going. You better get up there. What do you kick higher? Kick harder!
You gotta kick hard. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you gonna let him score that point on you? What the fuck?
and at least with martial arts, what I've noticed with parents who are like that are they'll do the you did really bad out there. You
Oh,
were awful out there. Your feet smell like corn chips, and you're embarrassing our family.
which is worse?
Like,
Which one's worse? The the passive or the more aggressive
One's more
berating of your
obnoxious.
child?
One's more obnoxious and makes you think they hit their kids in the mouth. The
Oh, that's so bad. Sorry.
the other makes you think that they like plan out dynasty levels of like drama for their kid to like stress them out.
Yeah.
So they can get into a prep school and then die of an overdose of like cocaine because they were trying to do their finals.
Yeah. Oh man,
Like
the pressure
they
on
were,
that
like,
kid too.
those kind
Yeah.
of parents.
The pressure on that kid to like, I mean, there's what like there's doing your best and then there's succeeding. Like, you know,
Yeah, tiger parents are scary. And
like
that's
there's some kids that are going to go out there and they're going to do their best and they're just not going to succeed all the time. And those parents that like I said, and like this coach I had, you know, his kid was succeeding a lot of the time and he was still just anytime he didn't, he was just getting fucking raked over the coals.
Oh my god, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's terrifying. Like, man, my dad really loves me when I'm doing good.
Yeah. Oh, that's so bad. That's such a sad thing to think about. That and yeah, you know what? I think I first thought about this topic, I was thinking like, oh yeah, those stupid dumbass parents, huh? But yeah, you're going the real dark route. Those fucking kids, the lives they have to
tend
live.
to do that.
I wasn't even thinking about those poor kids and like when they get home and the disappointment on their parents' face and they're like, no, you don't get any ice cream tonight. Go ahead.
Well, just imagine a comical sense that it all just like turns off as soon as they get in the car. Like it isn't like who they really are. It's just
they're all
they
just
let that
pod
out
people just driving
It's
in
just-
silence.
like they're stoic parents up until like a sports time.
And kids in the back like, Dad's
We find
No.
negative reinforcement makes our child win more.
It's like, well, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you know, some kids, they don't have control over that. Like, no amount of reinforcement, positive or negative, is going to make them succeed. It's going to make them try their best. You know,
Yep.
that's it. It's not going to necessarily make them succeed. So,
and I was the kind of kid personally, if I got like, I'm this type of person, honestly, still.
Yeah.
If I get that kind of pressure on me, that actually increases my chances of messing up.
oh, absolutely, me too.
Because I cannot focus.
Right. No, when you have that level of pressure on you, you can't focus on the task. You're too busy thinking about the pressure. And then there's the physical response too. You know, it's just not being able to stand still and like shaking and the sweats and just feeling uncomfortable where you are. Just I can, you know, standing at the plate or getting out there on the ice and you can't even think clearly enough and perform physically because you're the stress on your body.
Like some of these kids don't even learn that they have that in them. Like for me, I didn't grow up learning I had the ability to focus. I always thought I would be a nervous, like shaky mess until I was in a car accident.
And then
That was the
how'd that change
first
it?
time. Because I was the one that got injured, but it was just me and my friend who was driving.
Okay.
And I was the calm, collected.
You were
like,
the one
let's
that was
get this done.
Got it. So it was
And I was
in the
fixing
moment.
stuff. And then once I was done, that was it. When I joined the army, when I was in combat, that's how I was. But every other time, I was a shaky, nervous mess.
Yeah.
I was put in a social situation. Like now, I get like nervous and I stammer and stuff. But if I'm in a like just a
Say
real life,
civilian.
this is situation, I'm. Oh, civilian side's been a nightmare.
No,
for me.
I said
Oh.
civilian.
Civilian. No.
No, I'm the same.
I'm going to hit my villain arc soon.
Can I join you? Can I be your villain sidekick? I want to do some bad things. I find I'm the same way. When there's big disaster, like really bad things go on, I'm able to stay collected and calm and cool and handle things. And then it's like stupid little shit that I freak out about and I lose my shit on, like the dumbest shit, you know?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Remember I got the village being in Roblox Star Simulator?
Okay.
A cameo number 2.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Something about Roblox.
I
He mumbled through whatever he just said to me. He likes to come in and he
Um,
likes to say to me often, "Hey, remember when I?" And it's something I had nothing to do with. And I'm like, "Nope, I don't remember
Yep.
that." Hey, remember when
I,
I was in school and I got 100 on my test? I'm like, "No, I wasn't there." But
I
thanks for
never
telling.
learned. I never realized until recently that all children think that you can read their mind.
Oh, yes, they absolutely do. Children. Okay, we're going to get off topic a little bit here. Children. Okay, first off, think they can read their mind, but then like the opposite side. Last night I took my daughter to dance, and the whole way we're driving there, she is telling me the plot of Mean Girls, the movie, the new one. And the whole time there, the whole drive there, she's telling me,
Is
and
it
I
a
go,
remake, by the way?
it's a musical remake, yes.
Oh,
So they
jeez.
made the movie like
Yep.
when we were younger. They made a musical on Broadway.
I used to love Mean Girls.
Mean Girls was fucking awesome. It was one of my favorite movies. It
Yep.
was on Broadway, and now they made a musical version of the movie. We went to see
Huh.
it. And I want to emphasize, we went to see it. So
Yeah.
the whole time, I just keep going, I know, I saw the movie. And she continued on. And then Regina George, she got upset because blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was there. I was there. I saw it.
Mhm.
And she
The whole
she
time.
didn't stop. And then another fun story. When we got home today, my son goes to me, hey, Dad, do you know about the autistics? And I, hold on. And I went, wait, huh? Say that again? You know about the autistic people? And I went, what about them? And he said, they lived hundreds of years ago. And I went, what? He went, the autistic people. They lived. Yeah, okay, I didn't get it. And then my wife got home. My wife got home literally 5 minutes later. And I said, tell mommy what you told me. And he was like, the autistic people, they lived hundreds of years ago in Mexico. And I still didn't catch. And she went, Aztecs? And he went, yeah, the Aztecs. And I laughed for like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, Aztecs. Oh, he really fucked that word up. I didn't get it at all. I had no idea what he was talking about. I could not put two and two together. I just was very confused. So you got it right away. You got it on the first hint. When he added Mexico, my wife got it. I didn't get it any of the times. I was just very confused. I was like, hundreds of years ago, I was like, buddy, your uncle is autistic. You've heard this word before?
The messed up image I have in my head of ancient autistics.
Ancient autistics. I mean, I was very confused. Anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Oh man, but yeah.
I guess we should start wrapping up here because we both have somewhere to be together.
Yeah.
And
well, that was weird. That was a weird way to say it.
Well, I mean, I told you I wanted to be your mouthpiece.
The amount of sexual tension between us is palpable.
I mean, it's always been, cut with a knife. Palpable.
A dull knife.
Dull and rusty knife. All right. So we didn't talk much about our topic, but it was just one of those groups of people that we think are fucking stupid and drive us crazy and annoy us. So sorry we didn't talk much about them. Chime in. Right. Yeah, you've probably had experiences with you, the listener, have probably had experiences with crazy parents at youth sports games.
I have a feeling if we start getting emails, we would be able to stay on topic a lot longer.
Well, yeah. So, hey, you person listening, stop being lazy. I know you're listening. Go send us.
We're going to be having an episode about you.
Yeah, we're going to have
It's going to be partially about us too, but
lazy email senders. Go send us a fucking email, man. Go send us an email or leave us a voicemail. You can go and do that on the website.
ATIWIHY.com.
Yeah, that's ATIWIHY.com. You can send us an email. You can leave us a voicemail. But yeah, let us know if you've had any interactions with crazy sports parents. I guarantee there's got to be some of you out there that have had.
Some of you could be crazy sports parents, recovering crazy sports parents.
Or current. If you're active or recovering, give us a story. Tell us about the time you were kicked out of your son's game for breaking a hockey stick over another child's. I'm not even going to say parent, another child's head. You went out there on the ice and you just broke a stick over the goalie's head.
Tell us the explanation you gave Linda when you came home.
Yeah. What did you tell Linda? What did you? How did you
she was so
justify
disappointed in
yourself?
you.
I was disappointed in you, but I'm glad you sent the email. Thanks in
I'm
advance.
not disappointed in you. You're doing God's work.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Where's the outro? I got to find the outro because they changed the controls here. Thanks for listening. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Yeah.
Later.
All right, let's do it. Yeah. Boy, I have bad memories of Little League. I can still feel the bruises.
My dad tried to have me do summer basketball, and
I can't hear you.
I know. I hear the music.
I'll pretend I
don't
heard what you said. Music's too loud. And that is why I hate you.
By the B-52. Oh, wait, no.
That was a good B-52's impression. I should. All right, peace.